What up? What up? What up? What up, though? Led cheer, chill with me, man. Oh man, I love surprises like this. See, this is why it pays off. This is why, to me, although I like being media, I also still like being a supporter and just a fan and not knowing as much because you get that general, organic, no pun intended, reaction like this, man. I am joined by my man E, Echo the Light on Twitter. That's my guy. What up, though, brother? How you been?
I'm good, man. Got a full stomach and full excitement about this card, man. Yeah, you know how we do when we get on these calls, man. It's about that time. About that time.
It's about that time, bro. Ah, so I don't know. Like, I caught it late. When I seen it, it was like 3 hours already been announced. So I didn't even like get a chance to see everybody's initial first response. But if for those who don't know, man, URLTV.TV, the app, URLTV app, came on my phone, got the alert. It just said app event or something like that. So I'm thinking kind of like the update, like four or
Yeah.
five joints. Some gonna be mad, some gonna be interesting. Then they hit us with like this 2 day event, January 25th, 26th. And
Mhm.
it opens up. I remember it opening up with Cortez versus Av. And I said, okay. Then I start seeing names like O Red versus Chess. I said, wait a second. What are we doing? Then I see something that stands out to me like New Jersey Twerk versus Chilla Jones. I say, I say, hold up. You sure this like this ain't pay per view? Like, are you sure this not
Yeah.
pay per view? But yeah, man, no, it's an app only event. No tickets being sold. Yeah, you have to wait. The first battle will come out the following day of the event on the 27th. Um, what was your initial takeaway from this, dog?
I ain't gonna front. The gay part is about being and this sounds pompous, but anybody who know me know I'm not trying to be. It's kind of trash when you're like a go-to guy for like URL announcements. Because before, if somebody watched the trailer before you, they want to tag you and be like, "Yo, what you think of this?" And my notifications they scroll on the phones. I'm like, "Bruh, shut up! You messing up the for me to watch the joint myself." And then when I watched it and I saw two dates, I was like, "Oh, this isn't going to be a small card, I guess." And
Yeah,
them matches started hitting the screen, and I started screenshotting them. I was just like, "Bruh, I actually like this whole card." Except two battles. But that we'll get into that in a minute. But
yeah,
I thought this is all around. This was just solid, man. I had no complaints.
yeah, man. It's gonna be hard to find a complaint with this card unless you just
Hmm.
not particularly a fan of a certain battle or his style or the way, you know what I'm saying, something in that regards. But
Hmm.
just
Yep.
in the grand scheme of just matchups and names, because this is what we talked about right last year about things we wanted
Hmm.
to see on the app. You know, a lot of people wanted to say like, yeah, these band battles are cool with the rising talent, but we're paying to see names as well. And with the update shit, which was dope. I mean, most of the battles came from that card I enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
you got this one, and it's like you're leveling up. This is like the vet version of Survivor Series or something, or you know what I'm
Low key. Yeah.
saying? Yeah, I think that's dope if they're doing it. It's like a vet Survivor Series version of what they've been doing. So, um, I just Slim Rita, yo, Rita from Champion is here with us. That's
Oh, the
dope.
queen in the building.
Yeah, Queen
Okay.
of the building. You might have to I don't
Hmm.
know, click on your name and unmute yourself. I don't know how. Wow. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was definitely muted. How are you guys doing?
I'm
Great,
good,
great.
ma'am. How are you this evening?
I am great.
Yo, we got a
I'm
queen
happy to
in the
hear it, man.
building. Rita, how, honestly, I don't know, but you're one of those media people, those figureheads that may get like tipped on some of these potential cars that go down. Uh, at any.
Honestly, I'm not interested in it. Like when I start hearing talks about what's going to occur in the future, like I just step away. Like I want to be surprised. I want to still have that fan aspect and not be not know things and kind of just sitting on it. And it's
Right.
like, oh, I already knew that when it's announced. Like there's no excitement.
Oh, so
Yeah.
yeah, she just
Mhm.
like me. Cool. So when you got the alert on your app, or your on your phone with the app, like what was your initial thoughts as you're seeing these battles fly past like these names? Like what was how did you feel?
I lost my mind. I didn't know what I was watching. First of all, I'm like, what is
Talk
this? Where
about it.
did this come from? Which was the first feeling that I want to get, regardless, like of any card. That's the feeling that I want to get. Seeing some of the matchups, I was really happy about some of them because certain people are like begging for them to be on the URL again, or they want to see them more
Mhm.
on the URL, and it's
Hmm.
like we're getting to see them. Your wishes are being met.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know I've been punching for like Jerry West and Mike P to get looks, and lo and behold, man, Jerry West got John and Don to start the year off. Man, that is major,
Yeah.
Yes.
major.
John had an amazing year last year, and for him to come out the gate and get Jerry West with the performance we just seen from Jerry is like, this is going to be an amazing battle. It could possibly be battle of the night.
Mm, yeah, that's a strong
But
claim,
my
but you
other
right.
contender for battle of the night is Red and Chess.
That's the one. That's the one
Yeah.
for me.
Low key. Yeah.
That's the one for me. I think, yeah, the way how intense they can get, and I don't know I'm assuming the venue was like a update, small roomish type of ordeal. That could get crazy. That could get
Yeah,
Mhm.
very crazy.
definitely. They're both
Yeah.
really good in a small room. Like Chess, of course, we see him on the big stage a lot. He's good on the big stage, but they're both really good in a small room. So it's definitely going to be a fight there.
No, yeah, no,
Yes, it
that's a fact.
is.
That's a fact. I want to know what is the battle. So we got some standout battles. We got some people. The big talk, and now we just get to this right now. The big talk, the most controversial battle has been Arsenal versus Drugs.
Drugs,
Mhm.
yes. And I
Let's
feel like Drugs deserves this opportunity right now. And I feel like people kind of, they're kind of shitting on him right now. But here's the thing, I also have confidence in him. And I feel like this is a great matchup. And people just need to see beyond, the surface of it.
yeah. Do you think? Because I compared it a lot to chess early in the year. You remember the gripes people had with him getting Geechee Gotti after all his
Mhm.
Yeah.
mishaps, and he leveled up. And I think what Rita is saying is very true because like a lot of times we don't give these guys a chance to reach that pinnacle that they're trying to grab for. Like people ain't battling all this time to stay at the level they're at. So why not give him this shot now so you'll know what you got in drugs? You know what I'm saying? So
And the other thing is, yeah, y'all got to let these guys fight. Like, y'all can't just keep them closed off. Y'all
yeah,
can't just keep them in the tuck where y'all want to keep them at. Like, y'all got to let them get out there and fight. Everybody is going to eventually have to battle everybody. We're going to run out of battles.
Mhm.
There's not enough battle rappers. So let them get out there and fight and do their thing.
that's a fact.
Facts.
That's a fact. Shout out to Bills in the building. Shout out to Kellum Brooke, who's always supporting in the chat. She said, Rita, I love her. So shout out to her.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to De Jesus, Selvin, and I Battle TV is on in the chat. What up? Shout out to Lex and
Really,
everybody over
I
there.
battle.
Yeah, I
Oh
love.
damn, you popping TGB? Let me
Nah,
know
no,
something.
I shit. I wish I was popping, brother. But nah, man, it's dope, man. I really love this card, and I do love like you got something for everybody too. I don't know if that was planned, but like if you want that gritty, just talk to you type of shit, you got franchise and Suge for that. If you
We
want
gonna talk about that.
we're gonna talk about that. If you want that rapidy rap, you know what I'm saying, multis, punches, and some just real good rhyming, Danny versus Mike P is the one.
Yep.
So I feel like the only thing is missing, and I'm not just saying this, but y'all know I'm an advocate for the women. If they should have
Mhm.
inserted
Mhm.
some women on the card.
Eh,
Am I asking too much?
Right now, yeah, because
Right
URL doesn't really
now.
have, yeah, they don't have their own stable of women. So,
Well, not only that, royalty is going on right now, and I'm
mhm.
True.
going on. And with royalty going on, 2 day event is so big. It's like we're pretty much the women are being showcased. They're going to start pulling more women in. I'm pretty sure it's a huge showcase for a lot of females, especially on day two.
That's true. That's true. I didn't even think about that. And royalty is like mad soon. It's like it's like literally 2 days
It's
away.
literally this weekend.
Yeah,
What's
like
today? Thursday? We literally have like 2 days.
yeah, and it's like just smacking me in the head right now. Like they came with this. Like they're
Mhm.
not playing any games. URL's playing for keeps. I do want to say that Av and we're talking about royalty real quick. Av and New
Yep.
Jersey Twerk, and then you got New Jersey Twerk and Chilla. Is it me or is he trying to line himself up for that champion of the year bag? Like
Very early.
Be very early on in the year. Getting itself out there. It's still early in the year though. The year still is just starting. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah, that's a crazy back to back. You talking about elite punchers, schemers, and just rappers. So I don't know, Twerk. You put. I know if Anwar somewhere lurking, if he around you, tell him to chill. Let let Anwar know. I ain't made no predictions. You know what I'm saying. I'm not betting him again either. That's a dud. I can't.
That's a done bun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Can't
not.
do,
I can't
can't do
rock no
that.
more Eagles anything for the rest of my life. But no.
I think Twerk is actually like kind of tapping into himself, so to speak. Like he's really kind of figured himself out
Hmm.
and he's kind of getting in his bag. Like, I feel like this year is going to be much better for him. I really
Hmm.
want the music to drop like ASAP, but battle rap, I think this is going to be a really good year for him because I feel like he's right at that point where he's like tapping into who he is, what he can do, and when he can do it.
So
Hmm.
when you say figure himself out, you mean just as far as like being more
Like
like.
sometimes it takes people some time to figure themselves out. Now, this year there were some hiccups, missed battles for, whatever reason.
Mm,
Um, coming in, the whole he was reading his phone situation or slipping up and forgetting stuff. Like, it happens. But when you're starting to find yourself and you know what you can do and how to do it and everything gels together,
right.
it works out. And I feel like he's at that point where he had a high, he kind of reached a bit of a low. You get what I mean? And now
Yeah.
it's like it's go time. Like I know where I failed at or what was wrong and what I could do wrong. I've had it happen. Let me go out here and do what's right.
That's a fact. Twerk literally has the ability to be the best battle rapper in the world at any time he feels like it. I legitimately feel that way. And this from a dude who he has blocked. So I'm just letting you know, like,
But in
I
the
legit
past,
feel
like I
that way.
felt that way about Chess. I felt like Chess was trying to figure some things out, but once he tapped into who he is, he have the Chess that we see today. So
Yeah.
it's
That
like,
is a fact.
yeah, everybody go through their ups and downs and trying to figure themselves out and what they can do or can't do and things like that.
If Chess
Yeah.
have another year this year like he did last year, I'm calling him checkmate all year. Like I'm just literally just gonna call him that. Checkmate. Like, nah. Your name's not Chess anymore, Chess. It's
Yeah.
checkmate. Like,
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
he
he been
yeah.
leveled. He
going
leveled up
crazy.
for sure. Rita, with the good folks at Champion, when y'all get together for this, because I know y'all gonna talk about this immediately. Um, will you guys do a prediction first? Just maybe y'all just want to talk about it, get y'all thoughts. Like, what do you think this is a big enough card where you can just get right to the shits, or will y'all probably take a slow approach with this?
I think this one may be a slow approach. I mean, there's a lot of battles. So that's the thing. We're
Hmm.
looking at if they discuss and do like, predictions. We're looking at a few episodes, which is always nice. Or
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at one super long episode where it's like an hour and a half or something like that. The predictions can be tricky, especially with the guys. They like to go back and forth.
Hmm.
And they all have their favorites and stuff like that. So, but either way, I feel like it is good to discuss. Like, it's either going to end up being super long or it's going to end up being a bunch of episodes. And I feel like once these battles, like once it actually happens and they drop on the app, I feel like it's going to make it much better.
Yeah, for
Mm.
sure. I think the app starting. I don't know. I'll be like, I love the feature now with the comments, the live comments going on in the
Yeah, I love it too. I
and
love all of the upgrades with the features, all the new
yeah,
content on the app, all the new content we've been getting.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing with the app only events that I absolutely love is it solves that problem of people complaining, "Hey, I bought the pay-per-view or I went to the event and I seen these battles already."
exactly.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
you're not invited to
Yeah.
this event. You can't come. There are no tickets. There is no pay-per-view. This is app only. You're getting your money's worth now. And if people
Mm-hmm.
still decide not to buy it, you can wait for stuff to drop on YouTube, but you'll be waiting a while because there's so much going on with the app right now.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's a dope. I don't know. I feel like because me and E when we did our like talk about when we talked about the app last year and things we wanted to see improvements. I think they're starting to listen and do like a role reversal because I noticed a lot of the PGs like matter of fact Slim Rita was hosting one. I think he was doing the PGs in
Yes.
Cleveland, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Vixen and Taylor J. That
Oh,
was a
that
good one.
was a
Yes. That
really
was
that
a
was a
nice
dog
battle.
fight. That was a dog fight. But you had battles like that. They're now moving those to like the main channel on YouTube, and maybe they're replacing it with these type of battles and events on the app, which I feel like is a much more even and I guess logical trade off. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
shout out to
I
them.
feel like the PGs, one-offs, sparring sessions, I feel like all of that should be YouTube content and everything else big like bigger should be the big stage battles should be on the app
I agree.
and then be released to YouTube. I feel like in order for these PGs to actually get their stock up the way that their forefathers did is they have to be on YouTube. Like people have to have, instant access to them for free.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Oh shit, we got my man Nico TV, the voice of the West, is in the building. West Coast Media. Well, the only person from the West, man, that's really putting in work with media, giving y'all all exclusive content to what's going on in the West Coast. My brother, man, thanks for joining me, man. You my guy.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
You here?
Yep.
I don't know if I'm in a bad cell area, man. I'm kind of doing moving store to store over here, man. How the good people doing today?
No, we rocking, man. We rocking. How you feel
Great.
about the card, bro?
Man, I've been listening to you guys' dialogue, man. Real good dialogue. I definitely agree on that PG point. I don't know why the PG's on the app. I get it. They want the most popping battles there so they can sell the app, but you hurt yourself in the long run because you're not really gonna create as many stars that. But you know,
Yeah, no, that's
That's
a
a fact.
fact. Fact. E, you let's talk about it. And Rita, I know you media trained, but you can't dodge this smoke right here. We gotta be honest. It's honest time.
Man, this is champion. They'll never let me dodge no smoke.
Talk, Rita.
Not never.
so I gotta ask y'all. We've been praising the card, it's some fire card, but
Mm-hmm.
there has to be something that's underwhelming. What's a matchup to y'all that just don't either you don't understand quite really or you're not really just not feeling at what's the least anticipated battle. I would form the question like that. Start off with E.
All right, you know I'm going. In fact, he already know this answer to the question. Rita and Nico, he already know me. So,
Yeah, it's gonna
Shotgun Sugar franchise,
shotgun sugar
obviously.
franchise.
Yeah, and Rum Nitty versus Big T. I'm not really underwhelmed with that. I'm just curious of how that's gonna turn out.
mm. Ah, I think Big T gonna surprise us, bro. I really do.
Bruh, if like I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like I haven't like completely given up on T. Like I know I like give a lot of rappers like a hard time, respectfully, if you can possibly do that. But I think Big T showed us throughout the last year he still got some greatness in him. I just don't think he's been motivated or hungry. I'm not trying to get a man an excuse for losing if we got him losing or whatever.
Hmm.
But I think he still has it in him. That second round versus Jack was something serious, bro. Like I'm not gonna act like that didn't happen. And I'm not gonna act like everything that he did do in the past wasn't fire either. Like, I'm not saying all his battles have been flawless or anything, but when we've gotten good Big T's, they've been powerful. Stu Surf Big T, if he can tap into that person somewhere, he needs to like go in the hyperbolic time chamber, meditate, or listen. I don't know what it is. If he can access that, bro, I'm not saying he'll necessarily beat Rum Nitty, but he'll most definitely give us a battle with some replay value. I truly believe he's capable of giving us that. It just depends on how bad he wants it. Like, and I'm really interested to see if this departure from NWX really had a significant effect on him.
How do we feel about the least anticipated battle, Rita? What you got on there that you like? Yeah,
All right, here we go. Here we go. The only one on here that really had me a little befuddled was Rum versus Big T.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like there's a separation between the two right now that's so crazy. It's like I don't understand it. But I also always had faith in Big T. Like I always had faith in him. I'm like, he's gonna do good. However, this is Rum Nitty. And it's like, what do you do with this kind of monster? And the other thing
Mm-hmm.
I said was Rum Nitty with the longer rounds. If he does decide to go 3 minutes and 30 seconds on somebody, it's a death sentence.
Yeah, it's because
He
don't
cuts
forget.
his rounds short on purpose because he's already killing you. It's like, what's next?
that's a
Yeah,
good
I ain't gonna
point.
hold you, Rita. When he went against Chilla, he low
Mhm.
key tucked in another second, and he just spit it in the third. Like his third, I was just like, that's another second round. That
Look,
wasn't the
Rum
third.
Nitty
What?
with them longer rounds is bananas. Like, what is this? Like,
Yeah,
what?
I call
I
his
want
long
to see
rounds the
more of
torture
that
chamber.
this year from Rum Nitty. I don't want him like wasting like none of his material. Like, give it all to us. I don't want
Yeah,
him wasting nothing. We want a whole 330 every single time.
yeah,
Wow.
because when he give you a 330, that's I call him his is a torture chamber. Like it's just like you just have to sit there and take it. Like pause if necessary. But
Yeah,
it's not a game once he like goes the actual time span that he's contracted for. I was like, bro, time. Mm, mm.
Nah, I feel y'all. Somebody asked how in the hell Jay Rich, shout out to Jay Rich. He said, how in the hell did Glue Easy get rock? I mean, they show a glimpse of the storyline, I guess, with the whole him smacking the weed out of his hand or whatever against the battle in Av against Av. Other than that, it's just giving Glue one more shot. Really, this might be his last shot, so he better take it close range like John did, man. So
Mhm.
that's a tough one. I'm pretty sure Rock is gonna be the overwhelming favorite in that one. But hey, man, I I think Suge versus Franchise is gonna be good. I really do.
I think that's going to be good too. I think Suge might do some damage.
Rita ain't no Mike. He is. It it is what it is, Queen. He's franchise out of here.
He
I
might.
should 2-1-3-0 debatably. Like
If
that's
he was to get franchise out of here, now I would be surprised as far as franchise is concerned. Like you get what I mean? But
mhm.
because I like franchise, I feel like he's doing something. I get all the the shit talking that people like to do, but I like what he's doing. So
Mhm.
it's like I have faith in him too. But Suge is like way more like determined. Like he's already last year he was gunning for, champion of the year. He was gunning for, lyricism and battling those lyricists who, can meet him or can bring him to another level. Like people were saying that he couldn't hang with certain people for certain reasons. Nope. Well, I'm going to get to that level right with them. So I feel like he still feel like he got a point to prove necessarily, and he might do some real damage.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say
Mhm.
about Suge. I gave him props for it last year. I'll continue to give him props. Being in the game as long as Suge has been in the game and still had the like just the wherewithal and awareness to be like, I can get better in this aspect, so I'm gonna take this lane now and battle all these pins to level up your pin. That's commendable, man. I
Right.
respect that so much. because it's easy to just rest on your laurels and just be like, I'm a gun bar bully type, and that's all I'm gonna be because I've been successful with it. But to be like, you know what, I want to reinvent myself at this stage of my career, that's dope. So I'm gonna always respect that. Um,
Yeah, or not even a reinvention, just the hey, I'm a grow. Y'all say that these are the only type of people I battle, or I only take these kind of battles. Well, let me go out here and battle these lyricists. Give me a JC, like give me a
Mm-hmm.
Pat, like whoever y'all want to give them, give it to me, and I'm going to take it on, and I'm going to fight my fight the right way. Like he put his all into it. I
Mm-hmm.
know
yeah,
it was a lot with JC, coming back from BET Awards and all of that. It was a lot, you know, going on at that point in time. But other than that, I think Suge gave us a pretty good year. He had a good resume.
yeah. A interesting one that jumps out to me is T Top versus Bill Collector.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that one coming, although I kind of did.
Didn't see that one coming at all.
But
Yeah, I got special notes for that one, buddy.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Oh, wait
you,
a minute. What are these notes?
yeah. What's there? Talk about that.
Uh, Remember last night how Bill Collector was talking about he's going in his pen bag this year?
Yeah, he did say
Okay.
that.
Well, all right, so what battle have y'all? I got one in mind. I just want to see if y'all can think of one. What battle on any league that have you seen Bill Collector like lyrically get crazy though? Like, can y'all think of one?
Um, he gave.
The thing with Bill is he's very unorthodox. He can go there, but he's also a jokester.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has like, antics or theatrics. So
Mm-hmm.
he's a mix of a lot of things, and
Mm-hmm.
I he can go there though. Like you get what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's not like he can't. He just doesn't always give us that for 3 straight rounds.
Mm-hmm. I got one which he did. I just want to. Well, TTP, you got one? Can you think of one?
Um, I think he not real in pockets. He gave me some of that against A Ward. There was um like just full and he was getting lyrical in the third against Av. He was dope in that.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, what do you got? I feel like you hitting towards something. Spit it out, bro.
Oh yeah, like I said, I got one. I wouldn't ask y'all the question. If you got the time, go watch Bill Collector versus J400 Block on RBE.
Mm, okay.
He was in a pin. I know that's a throwback. I know he was in
That's
a
a minute
pin
ago.
I'm
I
like,
bag.
remember
wait
that
a
battle.
minute.
Yeah, he was in a pin bag for that battle. Like, pay attention. Like, cause that was around the time. Cause last night, he was like, I had to grow on E, and he did. Cause and like early in his career, I wasn't rocking with Bill Collector like that. I'm gonna just be honest. But in that battle, I decided to look at it because RB was popping that year, and well, as of not only just that year, but it had a good run of cards. And I'm gonna just look at this just for the heck of it. Bill was like rapping in that battle, like. Yeah, so I know he has it in him. I just want to see if that's what he's going to really play by in this battle. Because if he does, I'm not saying he'll necessarily beat T Top, but it'll be replayable. I believe it'll be a good battle.
Yeah, for sure. I think my concern is Bill got some nice ones in the tuck this year,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how that always can play. Sometimes that can motivate you to just kill everything, or sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it allows you or forces you, I should say, to only load the clip up for one particular battle that might be of higher profile. So we gonna see which Bill shows up for this one. Although if anybody can do, he's one of those guys who can kill you real quick in short notice. He's one of those guys that's really good on a quick turnaround because he can freestyle and he has a lot of dimensions to his skill set. So I'm looking forward to that, and I want to see because I like T Top versus Cortez. That's a really good battle,
Yeah,
and
I like him versus Cortez too.
yeah.
Yeah, that I had Cortez taking it.
Oh, I had Cortez winning, but I like T Top
Yeah.
in that battle too.
I got all kinds of hell for saying that. I had more material down.
I seen that
I had
episode.
more material down for T Top because it was so much going on. But Cortez's 3 rounds for me, all 3 of them gelled together. They were personal. It was that
Mm-hmm.
gritty battle feel like I'm coming at you personally, nigga. I don't like you. that like you get what it was just everything gelled together for me. But I got all kinds of help.
Yeah, Cortez get real surgical in that like old school environment when they just rapping. Like forget crowds when they just in that small intimate setting. Just I think for him it kind of gives him a feeling back of when he was rapping on the block for his life, quote unquote, like he was telling JC. Like I think it gets him in a different bag in those type of environments. That's when he show out. Like even though Old Red like killed him in 3 rounds and so on, he was really good. Like you know what I mean? So I just think you got to get Cortez in a certain bag for him to like really get on.
Yeah.
Like you know
I
what
feel like the small room is just his thing. Like
I mean?
that's his space right.
Hmm.
Yeah, shout out to Visuel in the Union. He said, "I doubt it's gonna be a wrap for Glue because the Goonies are cheap to." All right, you think they cheap? Damn. Stevie Gambino said, "Good point." Jay Rich again. He said this battle is gonna be trash. He think Bill is horrible. I disagree. I
Bill
disagree.
is not horrible.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
just let people have their opinions, bro. I mean, it is what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, I disagree with that one.
A lot of people say Bill is horrible, and I'm like, how and what battles are you watching?
Yeah, yeah. Like if you just stuck with one preference, man, you never gonna allow some people to level up, man, and that's just sad.
And you gonna personally go through a lot of viewer drought because if you looking for one thing and they don't have a lot of battles like that one thing you like, you gonna hate battle rap for a good amount of time. I'm
That's
And
a
just saying.
a
fact.
lot of people say John gonna lose a whole lot. And what did he do in 2019?
He won.
Yeah, he won. He
A
won a lot.
lot of people be literally sleeping. They sleep on him literally, and I'm so confused. Like, do you realize who you sleeping on right now? And then he wins, and it's like, oh
Nah, nah, nah. E.
no,
Just for future
you
reference,
don't have faith in the man. You doubted him. People forget about him, like literally forget. And I'm like, how?
just for future reference, Rita. I just don't like John John. I think he's like really boring. Can he win battles? Absolutely, better than a lot of people because he's like a great strategist. But yeah, something about his battles. I just be like, yeah, I watch it once. He beat Geechee to me, and I only watched it once.
Wait, you
It's
think
just like
John? You
it's
think John is boring? What?
I
very.
hear
Yeah.
that too, and I'm like, well, why? What battles
I
are you
don't
watching?
know. You know, Rita, I might be a hater. I don't know. If I am, I'm just. I don't know. I don't want to be. You know, that's how I feel. Like it's.
Damn. Nah, I've heard that with Chilla. I ain't really heard that too much about John being boring.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard it. People have told me like he's boring. The other thing is they like, oh, I forgot about him, and I'm like, what?
So
I
I ain't
think.
never forgot about him. Like he
Yeah.
does his thing now. I ain't ignorant. Like I ain't doing that either. But
I'm always rooting for John because people literally put him as the underdog, and they're like, oh, he can't win, and he won't. Yes, he will, and he can, and he does.
I think
oh
it's.
yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. I think because he's not excellent at one thing, and he always says that too. He's a Swiss Army knife. He's just good in all different areas. Maybe that doesn't grab people. But I don't see how he's born. To me, he one of the guys who actually take risk in battles, whether it's doing the dress thing, bringing out the mirror versus hollow.
Yeah, he's one that always does different props, and it's like it's either hit or miss,
Yeah,
and that's taking a huge risk.
yeah. So I applaud John, and I think he is like the perfect person for Jerry West to go against right now.
Yeah, it's gonna test Jerry West. It's success for Jerry West. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. You're not just going against somebody who's just going to try to out rap you. He's going to outthink you. You better not have no weaknesses, no flaws. You can't slip up in the round. Like you got a small margin for error in this battle, Jerry. So
Hmm.
you better bring it. And I think he is because I've been champion, no pun intended. I've been championing Jerry West for a while. So has a lot of other people. I wasn't the only one. So we want to see this brother do well. Win or lose doesn't matter. Just show
Yeah,
out, show up and show out.
Right.
Um
yeah, just compete.
Yeah, yeah, that's really all. That's the name of the game now. Now I do want to get to another one, man. Cortez and Av. Whew. I think I smell it.
Speaking of
I'm gonna keep it
Cortez and
real.
him putting 3 rounds together, whew,
I'm gonna keep it real. and I wasn't even gonna do a prediction because I'm just like give my initial thoughts. But I smell an upset. Would Cortez beating Av be an upset?
Mm, I wouldn't be
I
mad at
feel
you for
like
getting Cortez out there.
Cortez has been super duper locked in. I feel like he knows what's at stake, like battling Av. Also, the rise that Av has had this year, like it makes a huge effect on like your resume in general. So I
Hmm.
think Cortez probably has been super duper locked in for this.
Oh yes, he ain't tweeted it at all.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's super D duper locked in. Okay, I
Hmm.
think he understands the weight of this battle.
You think
Hmm.
you should? You think so? I hope so.
I think he does. You hope so.
Yeah, because this is gonna be a dog fight. This is gonna be one of the one. I hope this opens up the card. Honestly, I hope this open. I hope like obviously it's not a
That
pay per
would be
view event,
decent.
so it don't matter. But I hope this is the first one we get that Monday. Like I just want because Cortez is really good at picking you apart with angles and then punching out of the angles. That shit is fire. And
Hmm.
and Av, he's really good, man. He don't lose that often.
Hmm.
He
So
doesn't. He's such a heavy puncher. It's like, will he literally outpunch Cortez?
yeah,
Literally.
he's like strong. He can outpunch an angle. Like that's crazy. Like, he can probably punch his way out of any angle because it's like his shit is so elite. Top five puncher of all time in my opinion. So
Hmm.
that's gonna be one of those dog fights where I know everybody uses the term preference battle, but that's really a true preference battle because
It is. Yeah.
yeah, because they're not similar at all as far as skill set. So it's really gonna be on what hits you more. But man, that's another one. That's another potential battle, best battle of the card. It's about
Yeah. And then, Av has started with the, performance. So if I get it, it's a small room invite only, but it's like if he comes with some performance, that might be a problem.
Well, performance still hits in a small room. You seen what Chess did with the I know I don't believe in astrology. You get no space like that. That
Right.
still works in there.
Yeah. I think that might be a problem for Cortez though. Like I think the punching along with the actions with it
Hmm.
might just be like Cortez is not a real performance type dude.
Hmm.
So
mm,
it's going to look away, especially looking back at it on camera, it's going to look away. And
Yep.
Av like way bigger than him.
Way
oh
bigger.
yeah. Yeah, that's opposing figure does look crazy. I always think about Twerk versus JC. The optics on that looked it wild. That looked it
How do
wild.
you think we felt watching Suge versus JC? Sheesh.
Yeah, yeah, that was true. That looked crazy too until we got into that second and third round, and I started feeling bad
That
for
looked like
Suge.
me talking to my kid. Like,
Yeah,
go and sit in the corner.
yeah, that's
It
a
just looked
fact.
crazy looking back at it on cam.
Speaking of JC, perfect segues. You know what you're doing out here, Rita.
A little something.
Perfect segue. JC versus Clips rematch from Guerrilla Warfare that was shot by Black Ice Cartel Media like
Fireball.
mad years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. In a battle up, which I think I gave to JC. I just remember he said a lot of quotable shit cut with the metal like Yoshimitsu, uh what say Publishing's Clearinghouse. We just showed up checking niggas. Like he was in his bag in that battle. Uh
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. One of the Charlie bars I remember though was when he he told up my he said this pump hit niggas and bitches. This pump co-ed. I ain't gonna front. I still remember that, bro.
that
I'm
was
not.
hard. That was heavy. I still had JC winning, man. Hey man, stop all that. But
Well, I'm not a hater. Yeah, you know how I give it up. Y'all got
no.
it. Like,
Yeah, no. Clips definitely was that was a good battle. It was a good battle. But this is
yeah,
a
that was a great
rematch in a
one rounder.
sense for a full 3 rounds. Who the favorite going into this battle? Because I feel like they're both on like really good form. Like you
Hmm.
had Charlie Clips just coming off the Farrah battle. JC, his last battle was the app battle against Franchise, I believe. So like, who's the favorite going into this?
Clips is the favorite, and that's because he's battle rap. Rushmore.
Mm. But can we still do that
He's
though?
going
We still
wild and
doing that?
out.
We
Like, he's doing a lot more than JC, like outside of battle rap. So he's seen much more. Clips is the favorite going in.
really? You think so still? Because I think, would you say that Clips is more so out of his prime than JC is? I feel like JC is still, if not at his prime, reaching his prime, so to speak. Still, do you think that still matters about your legacy and what you've done going into a battle?
Yep, I do. I definitely
Mm.
do. I think people know what Clips can put together. Still to this day, they know what he can put together. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
you JC and you had a good year, but this is Charlie Clips. You know how many great years he's had? Like, do you know what he still can do?
I
Mm.
mean, yeah, it's like Charlie Clips. He's known like this is the cat that had like a 3 year run. Like that's legendary. And not only that, even right now when he's not taking battles seriously as he should be, he
He's
gives us a
still
glimpse
wilding.
of Super Saiyan God Charlie Clips in them thirds. Like I just, it's just like he'll play with you for the first 2 rounds, and in the third, he's like, all right, this is what I'm really capable of, and I don't feel like you deserved all that. And it's just like, damn, bro, like, all
He's shitting on the
right,
little guy, you know?
yeah, badly. Like,
Damn. So you agree with her in that he's the favorite going into the battle?
thing is, and that's the funny part. I don't, but it's like I can't like straight up disagree either because these are two cats that like have those fan bases that are like allegiant to them. Like like JC fans, that man has never lost a battle. Period.
Yep.
And Charlie Clips, this is like I don't know. They just he's one of those people who's done so great in the past that it's kind of hard to disregard that work and just say just because he doesn't take it seriously that he's not powerful anymore. It's just that he doesn't feel he has a need to unleash all that anymore.
Mm.
But people know that, so they still rock with him. I still rock with Charlie Clips. I mean, but yeah,
Wow.
that's how I feel about it.
So we got some people in the chat. Jay Rich again. Yo, Jay Rich on fire with the with the comments. He said John the Don is going to 30 Jerry West. I am sorry. Um, I'm. I mean, I can't. I never doubt.
Uh,
I don't
Wait,
doubt
why are
John
you
John.
sorry?
Yeah, I'll never doubt John in battles. So it's who's it?
I
Rizzo,
ain't
my
gonna
man.
front. If that happens, I will cry. I will legitimately cry.
If
Like
that
I'm not
happens,
playing.
yeah, if that happens, I'll be more shocked than that
Yeah.
about anything. Um, what up? Shout out to Q in the building. Hit Rizzo. My man Rizzo said Cortez is not that good to me. Av 30. Yo, y'all be giving out 30 so casually. Y'all know how rare getting 30 is in battle rap.
It really is rare. People act like that junk is like tying their shoe in the morning. Like I was just like, bro, it's not that. Nah.
And what else? Jay, another one. Clips is too jolly now. He's going to lose this one. If it was a big stage, it would be different. Do y'all? That's a really good point. JC in the small room can he can really hold his own. Do you think that favors him at all in this one?
No, because don't forget Charlie Clips neutralized twerk in the
He
small
did
room
beat
with
Twerk in the
minimal
small
effort.
room.
So
All
I'm
right,
just saying.
my man Q in the building. What up, man?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? Just listening, chiming in. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got my man E
salute,
in the
salute.
building. Nico, Reda from Champion. We just chilling, talking about the
Champion.
card. As far as like in its totality, scale of 1 to 10, what you give it, Q?
I like this card. There's maybe one or two hit or miss, but I think it's a strong 8 to me because I feel like these
Mm-hmm.
guys got something to prove. It's an app battle, so they're putting on for us app members. So I'm excited.
Wow, I
Mm-hmm.
thought you was gonna be negative out here. All right.
Come on, we ain't
All
doing that.
that love.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I know. Yo, Nico, voice of the West is back. Scale of 1 to 10? I ain't get your rating. What you get this card?
Scale it. I'm gonna give it like a 7.
It's on you was fighting not to give it that 7, low key.
it did. It
Look,
did
look,
sound like
look.
a
I'm
struggle.
just gonna keep it real, man. I mean, really, I would like to go with like, yeah, 7's a safe pick. It's a safe. I'm not gonna go 6 because I don't think it's under average, and I don't think it's above average either. So about a 7, safe, Mark, safe.
Damn, like, what is it about these matchups not doing it for you and for the people in the chat? Like, I would
Okay.
love to see what y'all rate on a scale of 1 to 10.
So you already got one of the battles on there that's really knocking it. Like, I mean, it'll be a consistent battle. Like Danny and Mike P is like, it's not
It's a good
like if you
battle.
were to say a battle was a smoke break, that might be the closest thing to it on the card. Like, I'm not trying to say it is, but I'm just saying like it's
You saying it's
because
a
it's like
store
this,
run
bro. Danny is
battle?
gonna be Danny for 3 rounds, and Mike P is gonna be Mike P for 3 rounds. But is that? I mean, are you wowed by that? Is that like a 10 out of 10 battle, 9 out of 10, 8 out like that's kind
Well,
of
Yeah,
an average
Nico,
battle.
Nico, I think it's a somewhat clash of styles because you got two guys who's never bullshitting. They're prepared. You know they're gonna come with 3 rounds. They're coming to entertain, and I think, especially being in that smaller room, if you look at Mike P battles, whether it's in a small room, he focuses on lyricism a lot, and
and
sometimes you
I
feel the
rock
crowd.
with that, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He feels like sometimes the
But
crowds will mess
when's
up a battle. Same thing with Danny. Danny, although he's okay in a big room, in a small room, go back to the shines, go back to the franchise. I think it'll be a solid battle.
it's solid, but it's not like okay. When I'm looking at the card overall, for me to go over 7 out of 10, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta have multi. You have to have multiple battles that are at least 8 or above. Like I'm talking about, you have to have like a majority of the card, right? And when I look at it, I see a lot of solid battles, right? Like Danny is gonna be Danny, dope, but Mike P is the question mark in that battle for him. He tries a lot of high risk, high reward shit when he's in that ring. I watched him beat that. Beat that smoked him. You know what I'm saying? He called out Geechee, and then who did he battle after that? That he got smoked by. I'm just saying,
Mm-hmm.
like, he's a question mark for me. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting from Danny. He's going to be Danny Myers for 3 rounds. I'm more curious about P. Then I look at the rest of the card. It's like, okay, I got John losing clearly to Jerry West, although I do think that's going to be a dope battle.
Ooh,
Wait a
I
minute.
definitely
wow.
got that being
People be
clear.
sleeping on
Oh,
John
come
John.
on
Like,
now.
what did John John
We
do
gonna
wrong?
talk real on here. We gonna have real talk right now.
Did he
But
kill
Nico,
What
your
you
what is
got
favorite
you
John
got
battle
John's
to wait.
record
rapper?
versus punchers? Look
Did
at
he
his
kill
record
your
versus
favorite
punchers.
battle rapper in the past?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Rita?
Did John John kill your favorite battle rapper in the past?
Talk, Rita.
Mm.
Let's get to the bottom of this. Talk, Rita.
Hey, you
I
know
don't know
what?
who my
She might
favorite.
be right. Hold on. Yo, let me tell y'all about the voice of the West. Not only he's the
Mm-hmm.
voice of the West, he's he's the caper of the West. So to answer your
That's a
question,
negative.
so to
Did
answer
you
your
just hear me
question,
cook Danny Myers just now? And he was the West before anybody was the West outside of this. What
but
are you talking about?
John did
I
beat.
smoked these dudes more than I smoked any other battle rapper in the culture.
I know. I'm
To be
just talking.
honest,
Let me get my
you've been on
bars
my
off.
show. You know that's
I know.
Well, to
Let me,
Rita's point, and Rita, I don't want to speak for you, but there wasn't a lot of you Jerry West guys out there before. There's a lot of John does everything really well. Y'all was caping for a John serve. So if y'all gonna go from that to say Jerry West would be John, then why are we caping for John and serve? This is what are we
nah.
doing here?
It's the matchup. Like when I look at John's career, bro. Look at his whole career versus punchers. He's not stellar versus them. Like the matchup is very similar. Like they're very similar. When he battles people like that, he does not do very well. When he battled Jack Boy, that's somebody who's not a puncher. He's not going to apply any pressure on you in terms of punches or lyricism. His whole
Mm-hmm.
thing is to come up with these big moments. Jerry West
Mm-hmm.
is somebody that every single line can give you problems. The only time John won a battle in recent history versus somebody like that was Rum Nitty, and Rum Nitty gave him, like, I think it was 1 or 2 rounds by choking. So I'm saying, if I look at every other punchliner he's battled, he doesn't really stand out. He stands out versus these other dudes who are not punchers. That's
Some
normally
say
when I
Rum
see him stand
Nitty.
out.
Some say Rum Nitty can win a battle even when choking
Mm.
John beat
I
Rum
hate,
Nitty,
I
by the
hate
because his
way.
those people,
material is
but
that dope. Some say even if Rum Nitty chokes, he can still win the battle because his material is so dope.
man,
I mean,
we
I can
old school
enjoy
over
I can
here.
enjoy
That
his
ain't it.
rounds more, but he still lost.
Nah, and I love Rum Nitty, but nah, that person don't. I don't even address that person when they speak. Like, we don't. Nah.
Yeah,
It's fine.
and John beat Rum. So
Yes, he did.
we're not gonna say he don't know how to beat punchers. He beat the best puncher, arguably of all time.
Yeah, that's
And,
on his
and,
record.
and understand
Girl, they
this
gonna sleep
too.
on it.
Jerry has been on a cool little streak, but the caliber, you can't compare the caliber of guys that John stood in front of. He stood in front of an old red in a small room, debatably won. And again, that's debatably, that's what I'm saying. But John has been in front of these guys, the Hitmans, the Nitties. Jerry West is now getting his feet wet. Now, with that being said, I feel like stylistically, Jerry West, Brooklyn shit, he's gonna pull the winner. But yeah, I mean, I gotta throw that out. Brooklyn, you already know. But with that being said, I feel like Jerry West will, like I think my man Nico was saying, he probably will have a consistent 3 rounds, as opposed to where John sometimes he hit or miss some of his rounds. You know what I mean? He hasn't been the John that he is now. I feel like Jerry West is on the come up. This is his shot, and he's gonna show improve. Jerry West 2-1.
Man, where was this energy when y'all was talking about Clips and JC? So I love that breakdown, but y'all needed that for Clips and JC, man.
Oh my! I pulled it late. Wow. What did y'all say with that TTP? My fault. I pulled it a little late, brother.
Go ahead. Let Nico.
Clips to win.
My fault. Go ahead, TTP. I want to hear this.
The question was, who is the fan favorite going into the battle?
Yeah, I was just asking who's the favorite going into the battle.
Yeah, we ain't did no prediction on it yet.
I have not did not one prediction.
JC for sure. Let's be honest.
I don't like fan favorite in terms of what fans. You talking about like casual fans? You talking about battle rap? Like what we doing?
We're talking about their fans.
Yeah, like fans in general. Like who is the favorite lead? Like if you did we're not gamblers here, but if you did bets on the odds, who would be, the favorite in the odds bet? And they said Clips.
I mean, okay, if we talking about who's probably the fan favorite, Clips. Or if we're talking about betting, smart money goes on JC. He's always consistent. Like JC is one of them battle rappers who, for 3 rounds, he's gonna be at an 8. Now he can give you a 9, maybe the occasional 10 if he's classic. But he goes no lower than an 8. Clips is one of them dudes who he ranges anywhere from 6, maybe a 7, like 8 here and there. Like when he battled Twerk, he had a round that was a 6. Then he had a second round was great, like an 8 or 9, and then third was like a 7. But he's not somebody who's consistent for 3 rounds at one level. So to beat JC, you have to beat him with his consistency. So if he's at 8, you got to be a 9 to win that round, or at least make it debatable.
Well, Nico, I'll go as far as to say, I feel like you're undermining Clips. Let's not forget what Clips has done, because he was in the same quote unquote position when they say he was going to take Twerk, and he did very well, in my opinion, beat Twerk in a small room. Now you're going to say he's not going to be prepared, but understand the position JC put himself in. He said, "Listen, I want these guys, and if I don't get them, I'm not battling." Now, JC got to show and prove. You want the guys. You want Lux. You want Surf. You gotta show us something. Clips is coming in there to be like, you think I'm finished? We had a classic 1-rounder. Doesn't matter who you think win, but Clips is far from done, bro. He has something to prove as well. Meaning, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna be funny. I'm gonna rebuttal. I'm gonna give you bars. There's a lot of things Clips do that JC does not. Pen is not everything in this game. Am I correct? TTP Slim, Reda, what we doing?
That is correct. I made this point, and when I gave the whole fan favorite thing, because I was telling them like a lot of people, like it's kind of hard to say who's the fan favorite because both of them have diehard fan bases that don't let them die. Clips, like we said earlier, like Clips went on a legendary run, and like he went undefeated for like 2-3 years. Like that's legendary. Like not many people do that. And JC, like, and even though he's like, I mean, not JC, but even though Charlie Clips is kind of like not giving his all, he shows us glimpse of that godlike symptom in him when he can like just go crazy, like he did in his third round versus the double team on Summer Impact. If he would have did that by himself for 3 rounds, he would have won them the battle.
He literally like levitated in that round. Like, it
right.
Let's see. Hold on.
Ridiculous.
Isn't that what Clips is? Like, isn't that who he is? Like, he'll give you 1 round that'll make you remember who he was back in the day, and then the other 2 are just gonna kind of be decent.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Does that beat like, JC?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Literally may depend on his mood about the battle in general. Like if he feel like, and this point was made earlier, it's kind of like shitting on the little guy. Like, well, you're not really worth all this heat that I actually got, so I am going to play around with you for round 1. Then I'm gonna give you a fire second. I'll give you a little glimpse in round 3, but you don't even deserve all this because you mediocre. Go ahead. If people say you won, you won, but I know I'm better.
Yo, I'm gonna say, yo, salute to Rita, man. Salute for that breakdown. Cause you gotta understand, she said a lot in those sentences, but Clips is what at one point we was looking at that nigga as one of the GOATs. Don't forget that,
That's
bro.
what I
He
said.
knows,
He's battle rap Mount Rushmore.
right?
Like he's
Nigga, I just
one
said
of
that.
the
Like,
gods. It's like he's the fan favorite going into the battle. Like, yes, JC had a hot year. How many has Clips had?
And that's the point. I think JC has to really show out and prove Clips is not coming to play with him. This is a sleeper battle. I'm telling you.
Rita
I'm
trying to
not
get
sleeping on none of it.
Rita trying to get Nico up out of here with this talk.
Because this right here is one of those battles of the pens. Like, is that's what it is. And Clips come from that era of, you had to have a really dope pen in order to be successful, period. Like, there was no slacking, no choking, no, oh, I forgot, no slipping up, none of that. Like, you had to have 3 flawless rounds. He's from that era, and I feel like he hasn't lost it necessarily.
Rita, just to end it off with a Clips line, man. Roy Rogers and Popeyes. Our skin may look the same, but the chicken different. Clips, nigga, 2-1. What you talking about? I'm never gonna slander this man,
it's Clips battle to lose, man. Honestly, like if he wants to win, he can win, but I don't really think he cares to battle JC. Honestly, like that's not a legacy battle. It's not something that had any real narrative. Y'all already battled once before in the one rounder that he won.
Legacy status. Who else is at legacy status that he needs to battle?
Yeah, it's like Averb said. He said once you killed all the demons, it's not nothing that really scares you to motivate you to get in that bag like that. Like, I'm not trying to make excuses.
He has like a cool 3 legends out there where it's like, oh, Clips need to see him. Nah, he battled everybody.
Yeah.
Yo,
he's kind of like the sleeping giant, low key.
Yeah, I think shout out to you got Nico done got people riled up in the chat. Shout out to my man Links. He said Mike P did not get smoked by B Dot. He said he
definitely got smoked by B Dot.
And he said
let's stop playing. Come on now. Stop.
And he also said
we're not giving out participation awards just because he came to the West. He lost clear.
Oh, you sound like Ben Swayze. Get him out of here.
Who you think he got the participation award from?
Oh,
y'all know, man. Listen, media commission out here. We stick together out here.
That's a fact. Battle Rap Media Commission. Shout out to my guys and the ladies that's a part of that. He also said Links also said Mike P also beat Dre Dennis. He said you fooling right now with the Mike P slander.
Mike P beat Dre. Oh my God, I know. If we could, right now.
I heard my man E said we old school in here. If we're going by the old school rules in battle rap, my man recycled, and I still have Mike P having better material than Dre Dennis. Like, let's understand, Mike P has a niche. He has a bag that he get into. You can say he's mediocre, but again, he's put on moments upon moments, and even when you thought he was gonna die, he showed up. I think we forgetting what these guys could do, man. Listen,
Mike
I never forget what they can do, but consistency means something, man. Like if you don't shout in a row,
oh, your mic breaking up, brother.
Yeah, your mic
must be because you talking foolishness. The mic don't like that. Yes, sir. It got you up out of here 3-0. Yeah, but no, I agree. I think Mike P and Danny is going to be a good battle. I just don't think it can't. They rap too well for it to be a bad battle. Just simple as that. And they got a lot to say. They've been overlooked, and I think those. Correct me, maybe I'm bugging, but I feel like these are the type of MCs that take being on a card like this serious, where they see the competition. And they're going to not work together, like write together, but they're going to hit each other up like, yo, let's put on one to stand out, to be the best battle on the event. I feel like they're competitive in that nature. So, not saying it's going to be the best battle of the card, but I think they're going to work towards that.
I feel like Mike P still trying to prove himself in a sense. And he's never like slacking necessarily. Like, that's just not a thing to him. Like, he has to bring it, and he has that energy going into the battles. Like, he knows that he wants to get somewhere in the URL, and he's gunning for it, and that's it. Like, he wants to have a big stage battle. Point period.
And Rita, And my fault to cut you off with it, but just to segue into, because Nico touched on, what's probably the, I'm not a cigarette smoker myself, but what's a cigarette break battle? I think you're looking at maybe T Top and Bill Collector, because that's gonna be a fucking wash. And it's part of me for cursing, but I hate the audacity of you niggas thinking T Top is gonna lose to a Bill Collector. Like, let's
Damn,
be honest here, guys.
I
wait.
think
We
it's
doing
going to
that?
be a
hold
very
on.
entertaining battle. I can't call it, like, but I think it's going to be very entertaining.
I mean, when was the last time T Top was just that crazy?
We ain't
So,
doing that.
so we're doing the go back. Okay, so have you
I mean,
seen
y'all
the battle
keep
with
going back for clips. Just go back to T Top. I mean, when was the last time he was that crazy?
He just had a good battle with Cortez.
Right, and he had a great battle with Clean in a small setting. I feel like the issue that occurred at Impact Reloaded overshadowed what you guys think about T Top. Yeah, there's an unlocked angle, for lack of better words, but T Top is a dangerous, plain and simple. I don't understand how Bill Collector or you fans, think that Bill Collector can stand in front of T Top and get around.
Because Bill Collector had a debatable with Hitman Holla, and Hitman Holla is way better than T Top. We're not going to debate that at all. So
But
if you
Nico,
can have a
that's-
debatable with
yeah.
somebody who's better, I'm definitely going to give you Hope versus T Top. T Top
Understood. Mhm.
as crazy as he was 3 years ago in recent history. Like him and Cortez, that wasn't the craziest T Top. The last time I seen a flash of crazy T Top was the third versus Nitty. That's the last time I seen that. So
Well, you do understand.
Bill earned
Collector,
his stripes. He been top
Yeah.
20 the last 2 years. Like he done earned some shit. He didn't care.
Yeah, not to mention Bill also beat Twerk. He had a competitive matchup against Av. Like going against names has never been Bill's like issue. Like I don't think T Top is going to present that much danger to where you saying he won't get around versus T Top. Come on, man.
Yes, and I know I heard what you said earlier before TTP. I'm not a guy to throw the loose 30s here and there, but this is going to be a one where you put T Top in a situation where you debatably lost to Cortez, but had a good performance. Now we're going to give you somebody else who can, for lack of better words, joke on you, have some bars here and there, and kind of edge out a win. But again, you don't go against a man who's showing proof and stood in the ring with killers before. He sat in there with Ab. He sat in there with Nitty. Sat in there with, like, really? Bro, am I wrong? Like, let me know if I'm bugging.
So can I ask a question? Because this is something I heard from you guys earlier. Do you feel like Bill Collector has a tougher time than Big T? Because I heard some of y'all acting like Big T might surprise y'all and he might win a round or he might win the battle, but like I feel like Big T is in a position where he legitimately get 30. I don't think Bill Collector is in a position where he legitly is going to get 30. I don't really feel like that. Like I feel like he could make that battle debatable. I don't feel like there's anything Big T could do to make a battle debatable with Nitty.
As dynamic of a puncher, legendary as a puncher Rum is, Rum doesn't get that many 30s against elite competition.
Good point.
Bro, Nitty has like 7 or 8 30s in his career versus top competition.
Name him.
Excuse
him right now.
Me? Yeah,
name him right now.
He definitely has.
Name him right now.
Has a lot of 30s versus y'all. He's never 30. Okay, he's never 30.
Name him right now. That's cap. That's cap. I don't even like using that word. Name him right now.
Hold on, say that again.
TTP, man.
Name him right now.
My guy, legend here, man. Let's go.
I love that. Say that again, TTP.
I don't even use that word, but that's cap. Name him right now. This nigga lying, man. We ain't doing that.
Okay, I'll start off DNA. We'll definitely do DNA. We'll throw that out there.
What's up? What else you got?
You dispute DNA? I just want to make sure Les don't dispute it first.
I had him 3 on that battle. What's next?
Arsenal
battle?
Wait, he didn't 30 Arsenal?
Wait,
what?
We had 2. Oh. We had 2. Don't debate.
Oh, my fault.
He didn't. I'm trying to, because Les saying that he don't have no 30, so I'm trying to bring.
No, I didn't. I never see. Now you changing it.
You
changing it. I didn't say he had none. I said he don't have that many against elite competition. You said he
like
had
6 or 7.
And you said he had 6 or 7. You better get to 5 right now.
He definitely got about 6 or 7 for real, for sure, about 6 or 7.
Go ahead. You got 2.
You know what I'm saying? DNA, Arsenal, Iron.
Can we
Get
stop
off
the
of my
travesty that's
show.
going on?
Nico, it's been a pleasure. Get the
I'm just seeing if y'all awake. I'm just seeing if y'all awake right now. That's all.
Oh, don't play
Yeah,
like that.
that's 100% pure cap.
Almost
Like,
through
no.
my
But he
laptop.
definitely clearly beat him. We ain't gonna do that. He clearly beat him. But,
No,
I can't even say
What?
that. But,
Yeah, I don't want to say that at all. I feel like you
Oh,
have a
God.
point for either opponent, sir. That was a classic battle.
yeah.
People can lose clear in classic battles.
Absolutely, but that
Yeah.
was not one of them.
but
Who was
that's
the
not.
fourth one?
I didn't lose clear. Stop it, yo, Nico. You gotta stop this right now. Stop it.
Stop what you talking.
Stop it.
Suge was a 30.
Yeah, I said
Come
elite.
on, we
Wait.
serious right
Are we counting
now.
Suge in
Really?
elite now? Are we counting Suge?
I
This-
say let him go. Let him go. with
Nah,
that.
I just like just can I just say this real quick? Can we stop this thing where because somebody improved and they showed up better than they normally do, that we just give them a round because of that? Like, were you better than the other person?
No,
or not?
I don't do that, Nico, because everybody trying to do that with Cortez versus JC in the first, and I was like, nah, because JC halfway through his first round was already better than Cortez whole, so I don't do that. I speak for me, at least. I don't do that.
But we
for
not
anybody.
doing
Like,
that. Suge is elite. Like, why you trying to just throw him in this category?
Suge's not elite. Okay.
You know he ain't.
I got to stop this because now I got to ask, what is elite? Because Suge is on the main stage, big stage, every single year. He's on No Man's Summer Madness every single year. He has a top 3, top 5 battle this year. Like, what else do you need to be elite?
Could Suge get Lux right now? Could Suge get Lux right now in 2020?
Bro,
Not at
is
all.
that what? Okay, so if you can't get Lux, you're not elite?
Facts.
That makes no sense.
Wow.
That's the standard. Yes.
You get.
If
That's
Lux
not,
won't
bro.
take you,
That's a
you're not
terrible
elite.
standard. That's a terrible standard.
Lux is a terrible standard.
No, I'm not saying Lux is a terrible. No. What you hear what I'm saying? You're saying if you're not in line. You're saying if you're not in line to battle Lux, then you're not of that caliber. So is Hitman not of that caliber? He's not elite.
He could get Lux.
He's not in line to get Lux right now. He has no narrative, no in line, no conversation to get Lux right now. So we're saying he's not elite.
He could get Lux right now.
He really can. He really can.
You know he could. You know he could. I'm not saying that the battle was booked. I'm saying the possibility of him getting.
I just think it's wild to say that if you can't get Lux, but you could get Surf, or you could get Hitman, or you can get one of them, that you're still not elite.
What league booked Surf versus Suge?
Suge got 2.
What league booked Suge versus Surf?
So now we doing the league angle. Come on, man. What is this?
Over here trying to cut corners, Nico. We not doing that. No.
You cutting corners with this URL. Now I sense the URL narrative creeping around the corner with you right now.
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, good fellas.
I hear it.
We ain't doing that. Y'all, you know I'm Mr. I watch everything. We do. But I want to hear who run 30 that was elite. So let me give you Suge. So Suge, DNA, and RS. Where's the other 3 or 4?
Suge, DNA, RC. I'm doing this all on the fly. I know he definitely has that many 30s for sure. We definitely have that. We got Suge, DNA, RC. Let's see, recent history. Did 30 Briz. Did y'all have that being a 30? I had it being a 30.
No.
I don't want to interrupt until you finish this complete bullshit.
I'm letting you go, bro.
Nah, we can go on with it. I already proved my point. I put name 5 already.
That's 4.
You got the 5. That's an accomplishment.
I ain't gonna front y'all. I got like 30 minutes remaining. I'm gonna keep it real, but just putting that out there. Not that y'all gotta rush the show, but that's all I got left. Is like a wife. So
Facts. No, we're gonna definitely wrap it up. But I just had to hear that he said, for those who just tuning in, shout out to people. My man MVP, man, what up though? He said that's standard ass. I was just talking shit, of course. But
Bayless,
my man Fix, a West Coast guy, man. Check out his battles. He battled Geechee before. I did check out the one versus Jada Nightwing. That was dope. So shout out to Nico for that. See, Nico, when you not caping for the West hard and you just like telling me about good battles, that's when you dope. But when you pull this shit, I don't like it.
Listen, man. Okay, give me. Come on my show next time. I'll come back on here, bro. I guarantee you, if I get my rounds ready, you got me on the fly. I just said it like, okay, he has 30s, and you like, nah, name him. Like, name every single.
Yeah, you can't throw out a number though. You threw out a number. If you would say he got something, that's cool. But to say he got about 7, like, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, player.
Astronomical number, sir.
That's not an astronomical number.
Yeah, okay. But the fact is he ain't got a lot of 30s to just say Big T gonna get 30 clipped by him. Like Big T.
Did Big T get 30 by Geechee? Yes or no?
I haven't watched it yet.
I can't deny that. And I would say
Okay,
as of
so he
late,
got
Big
30
T.
by Geechee. So are we
Mhm.
saying Nitty is not on Geechee's level where he couldn't 30 Big T as well? Like,
But what I'm
Yeah,
saying
but
is,
there's still two different battlers. With you can attack two different opponents two different ways. One may work for Rock, may not work for Sean. It you can't really use that intangible when you're looking at battlers, bro. At the end of the day, Remnity is dope. Do I think he's gonna lose? God no. But to Big T's point, Big T's not a slouch.
and
Like,
also
let's be real.
and also
This is
Geechee's been doing
mhm,
shit that I haven't seen people do. Like he been doing groundbreaking. Like he 30 head ice. Head ice don't get 30. Like come on, man.
the point.
Like
Wolf Love.
and that's the way.
I
Yeah.
will say, but TTP and Nico, to your point, I will say the Chalaka boop boop boop. That's comparable to John's multiple choice. I'm sorry, Big T. We don't want to hear it. It's 2020, my good man. It's not. It doesn't have the sting no more. It's not clever anymore. He has to do something different, and unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna do something different for this battle. I will say Remnity 2-1.
Just a quick side note, I always thought Chalaka Boo was whack, but go ahead.
Oh, we ain't doing that. Hey,
I'm doing all that and extra credit. What we doing? Like,
that's crazy.
I got
Innovative though.
Wait, what's that, Rita?
yeah.
Would you
It
say,
was just
Rita?
a little bit innovative.
Yeah, right.
When
Like
it first came out, yeah.
Rita, are you
You know.
hearing this? They trying to like eliminate creativity. How dare them?
I'm not saying we're eliminating. We're just saying now, 10 years later, that it's not all that. Like, sorry.
Yo, man. I'm gonna let y'all know this right now. At any point, y'all come on this show and say something next, like, you know what? I'm getting tired of the Hitman remix. Like, I'm unfollowing every single one of y'all. We not.
But
Yeah, you might be
Hitman
unfollowing me
said-
real soon, because technically it's not a remix, it's a DJ scratch. But we're
Hey,
not
bye,
ready for that
man.
conversation.
Bye. Hey, look, this has been my man E. Want to thank him for joining us. We're not doing that technical shit with one of the most legendary moves in battle rap history. We ain't doing that.
It's dope, but I just think it had the wrong title to it. It's a DJ scratch. It's not a remix. It's not a completely different verse with new features. It's not a new song. It's the same words, same bars, just a right in the middle. That's all it is. That's not
But
a remix.
Hitman made it a point to say, "Listen, I can battle without doing that, and I can still win." And he did it. Like he doesn't necessarily need it.
Facts.
It's not one of those. It's the same thing with the Chalaka Boo. Like it's not necessarily needed. It's just one of the moves that they got in the tuck. It can come out. They could pull it out the pocket, but sometimes they don't need to.
Facts.
They
Well,
don't
I
have
wasn't
to.
saying
They can
all
beat
that.
you
I'm
without
just
all the
saying.
special moves.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying. DJ scratch, not a remix. But as we were.
That's another one that has gotten a lot of flack and been talked about in a negative light. Like people are like, I don't want to see the remixes corny. I know a lot of people that hated it from the beginning, and I'm like, how? It was so decent when it, I still want to see it. It's
Agreed.
exciting because we don't know when it's coming.
It's fire on the big stage. I just in a small room, it's just kind of weird. I don't know, but that's just me. Yeah.
Well,
But
for
I think
Hitman, the remix, yeah. But I mean, it could still work in a small room. I don't see it like failing in a small room. It's unexpected and it's more so playing off the crowd. So
Mhm.
the crowd is asking you, we want you to bring that back, bring that bar back. All right, I'm gonna bring that bar back for you, but I had the remix in the tuck. Y'all just didn't know that. I knew y'all was gonna fill that bar. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's one of those things where you kind of connecting with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, small room joints don't like when they try to play my man Verb on the Showtime in the small room. That was fire.
That was almost. It hurt me, and I didn't even say that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Like, I'm not the biggest Verb guy, but I think he is one of the best to do it. And just watching that fall so flat, for him to even acknowledge the people behind him and say, "Damn, y'all ain't gonna say it with me," that hurt my heart, bro. I was like, that's disrespectful. But salute to that man.
Whatever. You was laughing.
Warriors
You
Island.
love that shit. Shut up, man. We ain't doing that.
What battle are we on? Like, I don't even know where we at.
Yo, we really talked about every single battle that was on this card. We flew by it pretty fast, pretty quickly. For those who wasn't checking in, it's the URLTV app. Shout out to more people coming in the chat. Like I said, links. Who else is in here? Yeah, Jay
We ain't
Rich.
talking. Yeah, we kind of did. All right, so we just giving final predictions
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
like a
Like
list.
so overall, like I got a lot of sevens, a lot of eights. Nico wanted to give it a
Mhm.
6 as far as scale of 1 to 10. So I'm gonna.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, he disrespectful, man. He ain't feeling this card. He ain't feeling Mike P. It's just, man, I don't know what to say about Nico. But go ahead and promote your show, bro. Cause this your last time being on this one. No, I'm joking. That's my
Oh,
guy.
oh my
I'm
That is
joking. That's
wild, yo.
Yo.
no, I'm joking. That's my guy. I had to throw that jab at him.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's my guy. Go ahead, Nico.
That
Let him
was
know where you
a.
at. Oh, he went on mute. Don't go on
I
mute,
think the
bro.
brother I think the brother don't want to do it anymore, TTP, after an exit like that. But
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
the
say
homie
again,
for. No, let me.
I say
Yeah, that's the
mhm.
home. No, that's the homie for sure. I don't know if he got mic issues or not, but it's Nico TV, Voice of the West. Follow that brother on the socials, Nico TV. And yeah, man, he be having shit. It's West Coast time, so it'd be late as fuck. It'd be like midnight on the East Coast. He usually shoot around 10. But yeah, man, that's the guy. I appreciate him. He's left the Discord, so I was joking about it to everybody.
That was, you know what, TTP, just because you said that, that's a gentleman's 30, man. But
No,
that's still a 30, brother.
we ain't
That's
doing
still a
that.
30. I say this, salute to E, salute to you, TTP, Slim Reader, first time chopping it up with you. Hey man, enjoy now. I can't wait for this situation to happen, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. Shout out to Rita from Champion, the one and only, man. I appreciate you dropping by. Let them know what's your Twitter and all that, because people always be asking me about people's handles on here, like where can we follow them, all that. So
Word.
let them know where you at.
Alrighty. So the Instagram is Slim Reda. Yes, it's spelled Reda. And the Twitter is Reda Reda Puffin Loud.
Follow her, man. She be knowing she talking
Oh, I
about.
just peached you a joint. Good job, Reader.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta make sure people know the right spelling, because when they hear it, they automatically think RITA.
That's
And
real.
but my extra behind decided to spell it REDA. So
No, that's fire, and it makes it easier, like, to find you and shit on Twitter. So that's dope
definitely it's a standout name.
for sure.
But yeah, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Champion. I'll be in the building at Royalty this weekend. I will see y'all there. It should be an amazing weekend. I'm so excited. I'm waiting to see Official and Rum Nitty. This is going to be a fire matchup. It's going to be a great weekend. I can't wait to see y'all, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
see you on day 2. I won't be there for the first day because I got to
Well,
work.
I'll
But
let you know how it went.
That's a fact.
appreciate it.
Let them know you're at where you at.
Oh, either light on everything. My actual at though is echo underscore the underscore light. You'll find me in YouTube comments on the video, everything. I don't do my Facebook because my Facebook is for the gospel, and I don't. That's strictly what my Facebook is for, nothing else. But yeah, my Twitter, if you already follow me on there, that's strictly battle rap everything. Echo the light. And of course, because TTP makes sure I mention it every time
I
we
was
get on the
waiting. I was
show.
waiting to see you gonna fuck this up. I was waiting. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My podcast is not battle rap related. It's called Crosstalk with the Pinkies. Me and my wife do a Christian podcast for those who are Christians who like battle rap, who want to hear some edifying content that is spiritual based. Yes, you can find us on all or most podcast platforms: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it. Crosstalk with the Pinkies. You can follow my other Twitter, which we manage that at the underscore Pinkneys. That is PINCKNEYS. And yeah, I ain't did episode in like a month, so I got to talk to her about it. But yeah, we out here, and
Yeah,
we always taking feedback and discussion topics. So yeah,
that's a fact. All right,
appreciate y'all support.
good job,
No
E.
problem.
I was gonna kill
Well,
you
you
for not.
guys have a great night. Let's thanks so much for having me on. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, you know it, Rita. Yo, anytime you see us live, just pop up. I got you for sure.
No problem.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like nice talking to you. Battle Rap Q, nice talking to you as well. Drip, I don't think you ever unmuted, but hey,
Yeah, no, I'm gonna let him speak now. That's my man MVP. MVP, what up, though? Let's go. Unmute yourself. Say something real quick to the good people. You live on YouTube. They need to hear my boy from Chi Town. What up?
Oh, that's a fact. Long time supporter. Salute my man's TTP and shit. Niggas been busy in them jams and shit. Definitely got to pull up and salute my boy every time I see him putting in his work. Midwest shit.
Midwest, Midwest. That's dope, man. I like that. Man, all the love and appreciation that I've been getting is so good and so major, man. I appreciate it. Very humble. I want to thank everybody that's been rocking with me in the chat and coming on the show. We're going to do more of these in the future, and we'll be back, man. We got recaps to do for royalty and some predictions tomorrow. So catch you guys later. And as always, keep